Ja nazywam się Karol Kopańko i jestem na UX Poland wraz z Andreą Pickim, który jeszcze tydzień temu pełnił funkcję dyrektora w Ryanerze, który odpowiadał za ekosystem, za to, jak ten ekosystem wygląda. Andrea, why you resigned or that kind of job?
Oh, well, I just thought it was time for me to looking for different opportunities, and that's everything I can say.
Okay, so many people are saying that the ecosystem of the airlines is the worst possible, that the menus are just awful and it's hard to maneuver. Why is that?
Yeah, that's true. If you look at the airline market, basically they didn't change it probably since the 1960 or things like that. But they started to shift a little bit and look at the new technology in a different way because there was a bunch of low-cost company that started to use them.
Like Ryanair.
Like Ryanair, but like Welling, EasyJet. So it was a forced things. They had to look into new technology because otherwise you start to look market share. So that's the political reason. But we also want to enrich the people's life, and now we can deal with technology. We can work with technology that actually can really enrich in all the steps of the typical user journey in an airline market when you start from your home and then you go into the airport. 10 years ago it wasn't possible.
So for a client of airlines, the most important devices are PC, laptop, smartphone, and smartwatch.
Yeah, that's pretty much, in the majority of cases, are all the devices. But the real difference is the context. When you use an application, you are pretty much never on your sofa. Sometimes happen, but in the majority of cases, you are working, you are driving, don't do it. And so you do a lot of different things. So you can't just design something because you like it or because the user wanted it. You also have to think about the context of use, because as we saw, the context can really change the rules of the game. You have to design experiences that are more direct. You have to design experiences that are very simple to get it. The people don't have time to learn about your application because maybe they are just crossing the street. They have to pay attention to the cars. I don't know, crazy things. And so that's the main difference. And
the key message has to be straight.
Yeah, they are very simple from a cognitive point of view. Straight, don't require too much cognitive resources. Yeah, too much research. But yeah, so you can really translate desktop into mobile if you embrace this approach.
So the ecosystem should look the same on each of the devices. But as you mentioned, we are very close to the premiere of Apple Watch. Yeah. Some of the smartwatches are already present on the market. How designing of the user experience is different on smartwatches than previous devices?
Well, a smartwatch, when we talk about a smartwatch, we talk about micro interactions. And probably there is even more gap between a smartphone and a smartwatch than between a desktop and a smartphone. So we have to think in terms of micro interaction. You never ever have to say, okay, that's what I'm doing on my smartphone. I want to do the same on my smartwatch. That's not the case. It's more, as we introduced in the talk, is more complementary kind of experience when you are doing something with something else, and your smartwatch enrich your experience in some way. But it's not the guys that do the heavy lifting.
So it won't be possible to buy a plane ticket on a smartwatch.
Well, I don't, probably there will be a natural evolution for this product, and we will start to see standalone application in the future for sure, because innovation never stops. But for the moment, if you ask me, can I buy a ticket from my watch? I would say no, because you don't need it. You can do the same thing in less than 1 second, pulling out your smartphone. So that's the main reason. You don't need it. You can get notification. Maybe you are in a hurry, you are late, you're running with your trolley, whatever. It's more convenient for you to do something like this and say, oh, the flight has been delayed. Instead, pull down everything, take the smartphone off, and then the payment will be another big things for the smartwatch, because doing something like this will be very convenient. Think about, for example, in flight, you are by the mirror. Okay, and there is the cabin crew that say, what do you want? Coke, a sandwich. I mean, pay is not the easiest things in the world. You can do something like this, and that's it. Still quite easy task. Pull out the credit card and then digit the PIN, whatever. But this one is even lighter for the user. Mm-hmm. Simple to do. We know that if you can pay easily, it's better for the company.
For the company. In your opinion, how does that kind of world of new apps on smartwatches will evolve in the future? You mentioned that there will be standalone.
Yeah, a standalone app, that's the main one. But the problem with the smartwatch is a new device. The people, honestly, they still don't know what the killer application will be.
On Android, where there is a timeline, right? Of different events, of different notifications. Do you think that the interface of the that this is the ideal interface of the smartwatches?
Well, you have to see this fact from the heritage of the companies. Apple is a truly believer in their ecosystem that is based on app, and this translates into an app focus experience. But this doesn't happen with Google, when we all know that Google Play, it's completely different experience. So they prefer to go for a timeline because they told that the people, they prefer to get all the notification in line, like Pebble. Pebble mm-hmm. uses the same approach. So who is the winner? We still don't know because the market is still growing, and still even the designers still try to understand how to design for this new form factor. But I like both approaches. And
do you have a smartwatch?
Oh yeah. I have. I can't, as a fanboy, say that I have an Android device. I really like the Moto 360, and yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for your interview. Wam dziękuję bardzo za uwagę. Moim i Państwa gościem był Andrea Picchi.
Thank you.